You can close your eyes or you can keep them open. Just look past what you are seeing. Let's feel instead of looking. We feel the entire body, that stay in that space we're in, the atmosphere. We feel the fingertips. We feel the weight of the arms. We feel each breath. We feel each inhalation fill up the lungs. Each exhalation, the shoulders are descending. We feel the energy rising from the soles of our feet. Maybe start to wiggle our toes. Spread 10 of them away from each other, lift them off the floor, and maybe start to rock forward and back. Like even tiny wind can push us to one side, to the other side. Now it requires a little bit of energy as we lock the belly and find the stability. Maybe make that rocking a little bit bigger. Maybe we want to come up onto the balls of the feet, come onto the toes, and then roll back to the heels, forward and back. And noticing we're able to rise a little bit higher now. Noticing the muscles are waking up to find that stability in the body. Sound of breath is like ocean wave. And start to come back to the center. We start to slow and making that rocking a little bit smaller. And find the center. We start to open the eyes if they are closed. Then start to breathe in and just your arms. We rise. And exhale, just the arms. We lower down. Inhale like you're lifting some invisible energy. Send it into the sky. Exhale, let the arms slowly fall. You're noticing the shoulders shrugging with it. Try to bring the shoulders down. Create space along the side of the neck. We breathe in. We breathe out. Noticing each breath, your rib cage is able to expand a little bit more. This is a moving meditation, so there's no beginning, no end, no thoughts, just the feeling. Your thoughts descend into the belly and start to disappear with each exhalation. I'm going for one last one. We stay. Mountain, we start to loosen up all the joints, soften the knees, and start to swing everything from side to side now. So let everything go now. So lift to one heel, turn the knee, lift the other heel. Arms are heavy. Now start to slow down that side to side sweep. And this is wonderful to do anytime you feel stressed or if you Working in front of the computer always stressed me out. So every time I'm stressed, and just get up and get the blood flow. So safe, we're going to come to the back of the mat now. And then start to take a big inhalation. You're going to find a swan dive, bend your knees, fingertips might be coming down halfway if your body's ready, all the way down. Breathing, let's come up halfway into a tabletop. Breathe out, we fold. Breathing, we rise slowly, one vertebra at a time. Turn on the belly button. The area around the belly button, breathe out. We start to fold. At the second fold, you might noticing it's a little bit smoother. Breathing, come up halfway. Breathe out, fold. Breathing, we rise. And breathe out. Let's go for another swan dive. The third one, let your belly fold over your thighs. Breathing, come up halfway. Breathe out, fold again. Breathing, we rise all the way back into the sky. This time as we fold back, we stay. Feel free to hold on to the opposite elbow or just relax your fingers, your hands to the back of your neck. Sway from side to side and forward and back. And some side, the sound of your breath relaxes the mind. Hands on the floor, start to walk your hands to the front of your mat, a step at a time. Let's make our way to a down dog. And down dog doesn't work at this point. Feel free to come down on the knees into child's pose. Or press onto the heels of your hands. You can pedal the feet if they're quite tight, the back of your legs are tight, or you can be still. Now we slowly lower down onto our knees. Bring the knees apart, toes together, child's pose. Child's pose should feel really good. There's no resistance. Let your body slowly cover the floor, just rest on the support. Going for a side bend. From here, just walk your upper body to one side. You can stack the palm together and stretch one side of the body all the way to the armpit. You feel that area underneath the armpit, the lymph nodes, the draining of the lymph nodes are pretty important these days to keep the immune system strong. And we slowly walk our upper body all the way around, and we'll go to the other side. So the same sensation happens on the other side. Slowly we make our way back to the center. And very next inhalation, let's come onto our hands and knees. So from here, bring the knees underneath the hips. And we pushing down to the floor with the hands, let the energy travel to the shoulders. So get ready for another stability. We stretch one leg back. Doesn't matter which leg. And giving that foot a bit of a circle. And then we circle the other way as well. And turn on your belly button. You're gonna reach the toes to the back wall and try to keep that hip, the hip leveled. And we add the opposite arm, breathing fingers and toes away from each other. And exhale, hand and knee come back down to the floor. Let's switch side and the other leg stretch like somebody got hold of your foot, try to pull it back. And that's the length. I'm going to do a bit of a circle. So our goal is after the class, we feel taller, we feel lighter, and we feel we're ready to sleep and relax. I'm going to circle the foot the other way and feel everywhere is open up. And let's stretch the other arm when you're ready, fingers and toes away from each other. A big breath. And exhale, we lower back onto our hand and knee. Let's go for the first side, arm and leg together this time. Breathe in. And exhale, we lower down. And breathe in the other side. And exhale, lower down. Adding on next one, breathe in. So going straight, and then very next breath, we're going for a diagonal. Inhale, center, and stay, turn the belly on. Exhale, going for a diagonal. Breathe in, center. Breathe out, diagonal. Let's go for a few more of this. Push down to your grounding hand. Turn the belly on to move the limbs without swaying them around, that they're in control. Going for 2 and diagonal. Oh, here's Chloe, last one. And diagonal. Now this time as we come back to the center, place the hand on the floor, cross that leg across the center line, go to the other side, gently place your foot on the floor. And from here, we're going to walk the upper body to that direction as well. So there's a twist happening right here. So from that toe all the way, maybe to that ear. So that's the chain of fascia. Keep that side super long. Very next breath, come back and take that knee back to the center. Bend it toward the elbow, send it to the side, plant the foot on the floor. Opposite hand pushing onto the floor. Twist to a wonderful open twist and feels good. Lots of space in front of your belly, your rib cage, expand fully. And slowly we make our way back. And let's bring that leg forward this time. And let your hip lower down. Now, if you think your wrists are uncomfortable, and feel free to use the blocks. Let that hip descend and do maybe a little bit wiggle, and doesn't matter where you are. I'm going to start to open that hip crease, the inner thigh, and then the front of the other leg. Let it descend. On the very next breath, start to turn the body toward that front leg. And then you might want to add the arm, or you might want to rest a hand on the knee, whatever feels just right for your body. Slowly, we make our way back to the center, going for one more direction. You shift the hip back into that runner stretch, giving this entire leg attention. Again, you can use the blocks just to extend a little bit the length of the arms to make this forward fold more supported. Let's bend that front knee, place the foot on the floor, and carefully tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, free that front leg back into 3-leg dog or down dog, And let's make our way back to down dog. That's where we meet. I'm going for a little bit of a pedal of the feet or be still. Completely relax the back of your neck, gaze to the toes, or you can close the eyes. And we make our way back onto our hands and knees. We're going to the other side. Then take the other leg back. The opposite arm. Stretch, breathe in, center. Breathe out, diagonal. Breathe in, center. So we're doing the same thing for that side and breathe our arms and legs out. Breathe in. So it doesn't have to be big range of motion. Just listen to your body. Just make that control happening. Keep breathing deep. Going for 2 more. Very last one. Center. Place both hands on the floor. Cross the other leg over. Place the 5 toes down. And we're going for another twist to the other side. So make your body super long first before we're going for that interesting side bend. And bring your gaze to the foot. You might even feel the neck all the way to the ear. And let's slowly make our way back to the center. Release that leg, bend it to the elbow, step it to the side, and we add the opposite hand, pushing down the floor, open to the other side. Let your top arm be heavy, turn the chest. And very slowly we lower back down. Now from here, just gonna step forward with the other leg, come back to the lunge. So by lower that hip down, we can feel a lot of stretching happening here and do a bit of side to side. Wiggle the hip around and just to detect any knots that might be there, any tension will also help us find the sweet spot we're looking for a hip stretch. Whenever we're ready, I'll plant the other hand on the floor, going for a twist to the other side. Again, you can add the arm or you can rest the hand on the knee. Just breathe. And we slowly come back to the center. And one more, our runner stretch. Send your hip back and lengthen the other entire leg. And sometimes when we're in a still position, your body might be holding tension somewhere you're not even aware. So think about our neck. The neck feels okay. Is your neck holding tension, shoulder, your jaw? Give your head a little rock and remind all the smaller muscle groups that it's time to let go. And then we're going to bend that front knee. Hands on the floor, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and free that leg back and back to down dog. Giant breath and then sign of release. And slowly we walk the feet toward the hands. Let's come to the front of the mat and we stay. On your very next breath, let's come up halfway again. Let the blood pressure stabilize. And exhale, we're going for the fold. take a little bit further on the very next inhalation. We'll come up halfway. We might be here. We might take the hands off the shin, reach it to the back like a bird. It's a great season to watch the birds. They're super duper amazing to look, to watch, to observe. Like a bird, grow feathers, feel so light. And exhale, let's release. Now the very next inhalation, let's come up halfway again. Maybe hands remain on the shin, maybe open to the side. Keep reaching your heart forward. Your hamstrings are turned on. The legs are pretty much all turned on. Belly strong. Exhale, let go. Now we're going for the very last one. If you want to, breathe in, come up halfway, and arms overhead. So this is the biggest one. It might be really strong, so don't have to go really far. But do breathe so deep. And very next exhalation, let go again. And feel the depths of the forward fold. On the very next breath, we soften the knees. We slowly rise, one vertebrae at a time, all the way to the sky. Big inhalation, it's almost like we're touching the ceiling. Exhale, going for a side bend from here. Open once more the side of the body, from the pinky toe outside of the foot, all the way to the fingertips. Breathe in, come back to the center. Breathe out, let's go to the other side. Breathe in back to the center. Exhale, going back to our chair. From here, pretend there's a chair behind you. We're gonna sit back. We're going for a little pause, so we're gonna go for 5, 4, 3. I always like to imagine I'm riding a boat. Let the wave push you up and down. So we're gonna go for last one. Stay and pick a leg, step back. Scoop your hips forward. Feel the stretching here. A little bit energy, breathe in. And let your arms slowly fall. And lace your fingers behind us. Draw the knuckles down toward the earth. Let's breathe. Very next breath. Gonna push down onto the back heel. Pretend there's a button for you. You're gonna push it down. To energize that leg. Start to hinge forward. Way to the front leg. We're not going too low yet. To going for a little bit of a balance. And start to shift the weight forward. Push down to the grounding foot. The back foot becomes lighter and lighter. At a certain point, you might be able to come up into warrior 3. And lower both feet down. Keep your arms fingers laced. It feels good. And then lift your chest into that standing position. Just breathe. And release the crossing of your hands. Let your arms rise. Breathe in, sweeping the sky. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. You want to sit back onto that invisible chair. And let's go for another 5. Let's ride a boat. The boat, yes, boat. On a very calm lake. Up and down. Going for 3. For 2. Last one, stay. Now let's take the other leg back and ground the 5 toes on the floor. Scoop your hip and breathing energy. Let your arms fall, slowly exhale, chest lift. Lower, lace your fingers in an awkward way this time. If you can connect your palms, so let's give it a try, see how that feels. And draw the knuckles down. I'm going to energize the back leg a little bit more. Start to shoot your upper body forward. Feel your front side getting lots of weight. And whenever you're ready, start to shift your weight forward. Your back toes getting lighter and lighter. And start to rise. And whenever you're ready, we ground. And just breathe. You relax your hands or keep them laced. Let everything flush down. Some energy running through the body right now. Now breathe in, arms reach back into the sky. And we're going for another 5 wave, up and down, chair. Breathing up and breathe down. Three more. 2. Very last one. Stay. Now the leg that is close to the camera, depending which way you're facing, you're going to take that leg back. We're coming to warrior 2. So you're going to ground that foot open to warrior 2. So the leg that was far away from the camera is going to be bent, open. Relax your shoulders. We're going for another boat ride. We'll breathe in, rise, release that leg. Breathe out, flow down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's go for 2. And very last one. And stay, warrior 2. Relax the shoulders, stretch your fingers away from each other. We turn the front palm or brush the ceiling. Breathe, reach high. And exhale, let your shoulders descend. Slowly, we come back to warrior 2. We're going for a bit of a reach away to that leg. And then whenever you're ready, you can place your hand on your thigh, maybe on a block, maybe in front of your toes. Now this leg becomes lighter and lighter again. And whenever you're ready, you can use a block. Push down onto your grounding foot. Come back to moon. From sun to moon. No beginning, no end. Forever and ever. From sun and the moon. In our lifetime, it's something will not change. And we bend our knees, so we ground that foot to a faraway place and slowly come back up. And from here, just tip top your toes, relax the legs, and then breathing, stretch and exhale, gonna brush down. Doesn't matter which side, gonna brush down, brush through the floor, rise up the other side and breathe in, brush the ceiling. So we're gonna bend our knees as much as we need to. Big circle, exhale, the half of the circle. Inhale, we lift another half of the circle. Exhale, we fold. And one more. And then as we come back, we try a side bend. So going to that side, doesn't matter, but the body will just lead you. And as we start to turn, we're going to go to the other side for the circle, lower down like waterfall, water flowing through the floor, rise like a sunshine, paint a rainbow over the ceiling. However you like to use your imagination, that fantasy world in the nature. Just let your air, inner air and outer air exchange. Let's go for one big circle. And away all the way up and going for a side bend of the other side. And we make our way to the center. Now, from here, if you think you use the block again, make sure it goes to the other side. And we tip top the toes. Open to warrior two again. So shoulders are relaxed. I know the shoulders are probably tired, but not your neck. The deltoids are okay to be tired. And we lower. And inhale, rise. Exhale down. 3, 2, the last one. Let's make our sun. And keep breathing. Let your hip lower down just a tiny bit more. And come back. And reach to the other side. Hand on the thigh can work, or slide down to catch the block or the floor. The other foot gets lighter and lighter. So you stay high. We can do that balance. You can always hold on to the wall as well, or come a little bit deeper into our shining moons. And this time we slowly turn the hip chest toward the floor. Then slowly we ground both hands, feet on the floor. Here's our forward fold. And just let go. Feel the energy flush down. Slowly, hands on the floor. Bend our knees. Take the step back, one and the other. Back to down dog. Now we're just going for a little bit of the energy. If you can push down onto the heels of the hands. We're going to bend our knees. We're going to sit back to the heels. Very next breath in. Shift the way forward into plank. Exhale, we sit back. So push onto the heels of the hands. So like a crouching tiger. Inhale, shift the way forward. And exhale, sit back and push your belly in. Way forward. Exhale back. Let's go for one more only. Forward. Like a charging tiger, right? Exhale. So from here, we lower down to our knees. So keep the knees, hip just above the knees. And start to let your upper body soften. You can cross the forearms, relax the forehead on the forearms. Or you can stretch your arms over and to the top of the mat. So you can call it puppy dog or a lazy tiger, however you like to think of this pose. Chest opener. And slowly we walk our hands back toward ourselves. Then slowly we come to cat and cow just to loosen up the spine we have been working on. I actually cannot believe how fast the time is. I thought it's earlier. Now start to wind down just to get to a little bit of a lower medium pace of the practice. I was telling Anne yesterday I feel totally defrosted because of the weather. You can see me in the sun sunbathing. feel like a reptile of some sort and just enjoy the sun. So important. I'm going for one more back and forth. And find our neutral spine. So we're gonna come up onto our knees, and I'm gonna move to this way so I can see everyone. I'm gonna send a leg out. Let's come into a gate pose. So from here, you're gonna open the arms to the side and relax the shoulders. And then we're giving ourselves a hug. It doesn't matter which side. Just cross, tuck the chin, and lower the shoulders. Feel your belly coming a little bit. Feel the space happening between the shoulder blades. Breathe in and we open. Breathe out. We cross the arms a different way. Another very tight hug. You can rock from side to side and search for a little bit of a tension you might have. Or for most of us, we carry lots of tension around our shoulder and neck area. And breathe in and we slowly open again. This time, so this arm with the knee on the floor, go under. Going for a bind. So binding doesn't work, you can still going for that very tight hug. Lift your elbow or stretch your fingertips high, gazing to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, we bring that elbow to the belly. So from here, our hip is going to fold, push the belly button in. You can reach your fingertips down, tuck your chin under. And now let's scoop the hip forward and breathe in. Slowly we rise, stretch, and breathe out. We're going for another fold. Sometimes tuck the back foot might help with the balance. Breathe in, let's come back up again. Lift your elbow off the belly. Feel the stretching happening around the shoulders. Exhale, fold. We're going for the very last one. Breathe in. Very next breath, fold. Now stay here. Anytime unbind the arms and use your hands to support the fold. If this feels good, just let your upper body dangle. Now relax your hands on the floor. And we stay here. And from here, we slowly walk the hands toward the long leg. And then let your hip turn. We're going for a stretch again. We can use the blocks for that. Start to draw both hips back or hands to the back of your leg if that feels nicer. Let's make our way back to the center. Hands underneath the shoulders, so they're still on the floor. We're going for another twist toward the leg that is stretched out. And this time we're going to thread the needle and slowly slide it down. If your body lets you, I like to relax on the other hand. Let your shoulders slide, more shoulder stretches. Fully open those knots, might be hiding behind your shoulder blades. Just noticing if our fingers are relaxed, if they're curled up naturally. Now we slowly slide that hand back. Slowly we rise and feel the blood rushing back into the arm. Let's switch leg. We'll go to the other side and take your time and slowly rise up to our gate pose. Whatever you're doing, make sure there's a lot of comfortable padding underneath the knee and breathe in. Oh, that's a big counterbalance stretch. Exhale, another hug. Another one as we breathe in, open. And exhale, cross the arm the other way. So always pay attention to balance left or right, even though it never happens. We're never symmetrical. We're never butterflies. We're always different. Breathing, we open. And then this time, this arm with the bent leg go under. We're going for a bind or a very tight hug. And start to bring that elbows lift, shoulders down, add a gaze if you want to. And exhale, bring that elbow in, start to fold through the pelvis, keep your belly lifted, and you can tuck the chin, fingertips toward the floor. Let's go for 3 more. Push that bum forward, scoop, belly in, lift, exhale, fold. Two more. Entire inhalation, we rise. Feel free to stay here as long as your body desires. And exhale, if you're ready, we fold. Going for the very last one, breathe. And we fold. Again, you can stay as long as your body wants to. And relax your hands when you're ready. And start to walk your hands to the other leg. It takes a little bit for the arms to feel that warm blood going into the fingertips. That's pretty strong. You always let your body go through the sensation before we move out of it. We'll start to walk our hands back to the middle, right underneath the shoulders. And we're going for a twist one more time toward the long leg. And exhale, we thread the needle. Slowly let everything soften and let go. That feels so awesome. Just let everything surrender. And slowly we come back and we take everything back. So now we're using the roller. Don't worry, Chloe, if you don't have one, and use the mat, or I'll show you the alternative. And there's something a little bit different. We're gonna roll the shin. So if you are not using the roller, just take one leg forward, and then we can go for that thigh stretch, or you can go back to that hip stretch. It's loosen up, or you're gonna put the front of the foot on the roller. too much on the wrists, please use the block so we don't have to collapse or use the fingers too much. Now from here, we're gonna lift that knee, roll all the way to the top of the knee, almost like feel like doing a little bit of a split, and then roll all the way back to the top of the ankle. So start to turn the toes inward so you can get to the outside of that leg. It's the front of your shin that might be really strong to start off. Or you can just let everywhere descend. So Chloe, if you ever want to challenge your hip, just be very careful. You can do, try a split, but this is almost like giving your body a little bit of a taste of how it feels like to really stretch the hip around. Your hands are there to support when you need them. Let's go for 3 more rows. So 3. Oh, let that leg just go heavy. That particular leg, it just go lazy on the roller being served. You feel you're doing split and doesn't feel good. Bring your legs a little closer. We're going for 1 more. Ooh. Oh, I really like that. And I'm going to slowly take that leg back. So from here, let's move everything to the front of our thighs. Now again, you can always do a back bend if there's no roller. You can come into Sphinx and push up, or we can roll the front of the thigh. So from the shin, we're going to the thigh. Oh, come onto the elbows and let your legs, again, heavy, lazy legs. Let your arms do the work. The more you relax those muscles, the deeper it might get into to roll out the fascia. It is time for those leg muscles to be lazy. They need rest. It could be very strong. We haven't rolled the thighs for a while. So if it's too painful, please stop and skip a few. Now going for 2. I really enjoy the back bend. It's the one that belly come down to the floor, the last one. Let it happen. So feel free to lower the belly as long as you're not crashing into the low back, and start to let your upper body relax. You can bend your knees and just to go for a little bit more back bend, a big belly stretch, or you can just let your legs dangle and let them be heavy. You can relax your forehead on the forearms. Now we're going to the other shin. Take your time. It's not easy to come back out. Come back on the forearms first. And let's take the other leg forward. So ideally from the bottom of the knees all the way to the top of the foot. So the ankle area. So whenever you're ready, I'm going to lift that knee and start to give the body a little bit of space to roll back, and let that foot, if the foot is holding on, try to relax it and roll all the way. One leg feels more juicy than the other. And just pay attention to relax that foot. It's almost like for that hip challenge as well, but just try not to go too far. Body knows how far it's time to stop. We stop there. And learn to relax the rest of the body. Focus on the sensation around the hip, leg, and shin, foot. Let's go for one more. Getting to a meditative state of mind if that starts to feel good. And that's it. And slowly lower that down. And I'm gonna let go now. Oh, I'm gonna go to the calf right now. So there are a few options. You can just stay there and do a bit of a moving of those feet. So it could go side to side or this side and this side. Now, if you do have a tennis ball or few of them, put it underneath the calf to replace the roller. It should work. Or you can do a circle, or you can just do a circle there. See how that feels. Now, if you want a more upper body's not too tight yet, well, lift the hips so all the weight is going to go on the calf. Now, from here, we're doing, oh, that hurts. Forward and back, just a few. If you need to take a break and come back down, and then come back up and roll a little bit. I bet it hurts. Ooh, hurts. And then just a few more. Wow. And then maybe find the most soft spot and do a little bit of an ankle movement. Your feet movement. See how that feels. We do get an upper body workout here. Or put your bum down anytime you need to. We're just gonna roll a few more. And when you find a tender spot, do a little bit feet wiggling out, getting to those knots. And slowly we lower back down. And let's relax everything down. We're gonna lie down now. Relax those hands. Ugh. Now from here, your feet on the roller. We're gonna try to put the bottom of the feet on the roller. Again, adding a little bit weight to it. We might push up. And from here, we're gonna roll to the heels of the feet. Roll it back to the arch of the feet. Back and forth. Actually, let the blood flow get into the hip, the upper body, the brain. Relax your hands completely because they're working really hard today. Now, whenever you're ready, we lower those hips on the floor. Take that roller in. You can use a block. You can use a ball for that one. And anything that not too soft, but not really hard like wood. And I'm going to push the belly in. I'm going to slowly bring that knee off over the hip. Hands might be holding onto the roller. And try our best to push that belly in. And we're going to try to lift that hip, lower back. Hold everything in the middle. So from here, I'm going to flex the feet. Bring that knee in a little bit. And push away. You feel the strength of the belly. Hold it back in. And push it away. One of my favorite abs stability because we pretty much don't have to worry about the upper body. That's what I like about. So relax your shoulders, your jaw as much as you can. Just let those big muscle groups do the job because that's what they meant to do. And going in, push away. Bring it in, push away. Let's go for 3. You feel everything's hugging in 2.
And very last one. Now from here, just slowly let everything fold over. Feel free to let it go now. Feel like let your mind separate your legs and bend your knees. And maybe holding on to your calf, your toes. Maybe you come into happy baby, or you can stretch your legs into a big upside down forward fold. So a little bit rounding the spine at this point. Let everything settle. Now we slowly, now if this is it, feel free to stay. I'm going to go for the second round. I'm going to bring the knees together. So from here, the back is lowering. Try to lift it up again. Hold the belly in. I'm going to, you can bend your legs. I'm going to start with bending the legs. I'm going to pretend we're walking, 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 walking down, and then walking up. So pretend there's something for you to walk on. Now, if your body lets you, we're going to lower with straight legs. That's a weird walking, but walk it anyways. And then anytime you feel your low back, please bend your knees, take some weight off it, and walk up. And I'm going to walk down. And walk up. Now, as much as you can, relax the upper body. Because your upper body is going to try to help out, especially your jaw. Say, what's the use of the jaw right now? Relax your jaw muscles. And then we walk down. Let's go for one more walking. Start to get a little bit of tired. Or you start to have a meditative moment. So that's great. And then the very last one, I'm going to stay at the top. So from here, hold on to, again, you can fold down, or you can hold on to the roller this time. And then lower down, use a little bit of a momentum, and I come up. Ooh. And I'll go for a few more. So as we come down, it might be so hard. It is so hard to hold, oh, as much as you can, and lower and come back. Going for two, lower. This is not helpful for my sinus infection. Up. Last one. Oh. And then here we can stay in the snail, I like to call it plow pose. Stay. Now we slowly lower down. Now relax everything down. I'll take that roller away. Let your back touch the floor. Maybe windshield wipe the knees from side to side. Feel free to continue using the roller. Or this is it. We can stay. I can stay here. Keep your legs bent or not. If you're using the roller, you want to lie down lengthwise. And then I think that's the only option we have is to keep the legs bent, because that's how I feel can only balance with the legs bent. I'm gonna stretch. Let's draw the snow angel first. You're gonna slowly open the arms. So if you are on the floor, this is also effective. Should feel pretty good. And trace those fingers down. Trace the fingers up and down. That feels really awesome. All the way up, all the way down. One more. Now from here, I'm just gonna scissor the arms. One arm open, then the other over the head. Breathe in one side and breathe out the other side. Or you can go a little bit slower. Now going for one more each side. And the very last movement we're gonna do is stretch both arms up and bend your elbows like cactus arms. Breathe in, noticing how your chest is lifting. Breathe out, give ourselves a hug again. Breathe in, we open. And breathe out, cross the elbows the other way. Let's go for two, so one on each side. The one cross elbow this side and then the other side. Maybe the last one. Now let the elbows open. You might stay on the roller. It might be really strong with the cactus arm, but if it doesn't bother you, go for it. Let your arms dangle. Maybe they are touching down. You might want to put blocks underneath your elbows, your hands, or you might want to come off the blocks. So you might want to stretch your arms out. Stretch your legs. So let's see how that feels. Actually, it doesn't feel really bad. Now, if this feels good, it can stay on the roller. We can come off the roller. Noticing how ready the body is to let go. We stay. And take your time. Start to take a few deeper inhalations. Let each exhalation soften your body once more. Now, slowly, we're going to move our fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. If you're on the roller, it might feel very different at this point. And maybe if your legs are straight, bend them. I can want you to wipe the knees. If you're not on the roller, you can hug the knees in, or you can come off and hug the knees when we are on the floor. Rock from side to side, all the way to one side, all the way to the other side. And find our way to our favorite side and just stay there for a little bit longer. Whenever you're ready, you slowly rise. Take your time. And if you're sitting, just locate both sitting bones. Now I take one more complete inhalation to the bottom of your lungs. And exhale, let's completely ground. Namaste, everyone.